Welcome to Greatness, where we help you elevate your story. Today, we're embarking on a journey of understanding. Our destination? The 7 signs of unhappy people. Now, you might ask, why is it crucial to recognize these signs? Well, the answer is twofold. Firstly, understanding these signs in ourselves can be the first step towards personal growth and happiness. Secondly, recognizing them in others can help us provide the support they may need, fostering deeper, more meaningful relationships. After all, we're all in this together, navigating the complexities of emotions and human behavior. So let's engage our curiosity and open our hearts and minds to the subtle signs that someone might be grappling with unhappiness. As we explore each sign, remember, this isn't about judgment or labeling. It's about understanding, empathy, and growth. So, without further ado, let's dive into our topic and understand these signs better. The first sign of an unhappy person is chronic complaining. Chronic complaining, ladies and gentlemen, is more than a mere expression of dissatisfaction. It's a sign that the scales of perception are tipped heavily towards the negative, that the world is viewed more as a series of problems rather than a playground of opportunities. It's like wearing glasses with a dark tint. All the colors, the vibrancy, the beautiful nuances of life are dulled, overshadowed by the looming clouds of discontent. The complainer is stuck in a loop, focusing on what's wrong rather than what could be right. It's a self-perpetuating cycle. The more they complain, the more reasons they find to complain about. Does this mean that every complaint signals unhappiness? Not at all. We all grumble about the weather, a late bus, or a long queue. But chronic complaining is different. It's persistent, it's pervasive. It seeps into every conversation, every interaction, darkening the overall tone of one's life narrative. This isn't just about being a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy. It's about a deep-seated dissatisfaction, a discontent that's so ingrained that it becomes a person's default mode of communication. It's a habit, yes, but it's also a sign that happiness has taken a back seat. Chronic complaining is like a smoke signal. It's a call for help, a sign that someone is struggling to see the silver lining, to appreciate the good amid the bad. It's a sign that they're trapped in a negative thought pattern, unable to break free from the cycle of dissatisfaction. But like any habit, it can be changed. It takes awareness, it takes effort, and it takes a willingness to shift one's perspective, to look at the world through a lens of gratitude rather than grievance, of possibility rather than problem. If you find yourself or someone else constantly complaining, it may be a sign of unhappiness. Recognize it for what it is, a cry for change, a longing for happiness. And remember, it's never too late to change the narrative, to turn the page and begin a new, happier chapter. The second sign of unhappiness is neglecting self-care. This is not merely about skipping a shower or missing a meal once in a while. It's a consistent pattern of ignoring one's physical health, personal grooming, and emotional well-being. Unhappy people often find themselves caught in a cycle of neglecting their own needs. They may not eat properly, get enough sleep, or engage in regular exercise. They may stop taking care of their appearance and personal hygiene. This neglect can extend to their emotional health as well. They may ignore feelings of sadness, anger, or anxiety, failing to seek help or find healthy ways to cope. Now, why does this happen? Well, when we're unhappy, it can feel like we're carrying a heavy weight. This burden can make even the simplest tasks seem daunting. It's a struggle to find the energy or motivation to take care of ourselves when we're mired in unhappiness. But here's the catch. Self-care is a critical part of our overall happiness. It's a way of showing ourselves love and respect. When we eat well, we're telling our bodies, you deserve nourishment. When we exercise, we're saying, you deserve strength and health. When we take time to relax, we're telling our minds, you deserve peace. And when we seek help for our emotional struggles, we're saying, you deserve healing. Neglecting self-care sends the opposite message. It tells our bodies and minds that they don't matter, that they're not worth the effort. This can deepen feelings of unhappiness and create a vicious cycle that's hard to break. But remember, Recognizing this sign is the first step towards change. If you or someone you know is neglecting self-care, it's important to seek help. Reach out to a trusted friend or professional. Start small with self-care tasks and gradually build up. It might be challenging initially, but with time and patience, it can lead to a happier, healthier life. Neglecting self-care can be a clear sign of unhappiness. The third sign of unhappiness is social isolation. Imagine the person who once relished coffee dates and weekend hikes, suddenly preferring to spend time alone, avoiding invitations, and choosing isolation over companionship. This sudden shift is often not a simple preference for solitude, but a sign of unhappiness. Unhappy people tend to withdraw from social interactions. It's like they're on a raft, gradually drifting away from the bustling cityscape of social life towards the calm but lonely island of isolation. They may start to decline invitations to social events, stop participating in activities they once enjoyed, or even cut off communication with their friends and family. Now, it's important to remember that solitude in itself is not a negative thing. Some people are naturally introverted and find peace and rejuvenation in their own company. But when a person's desire for solitude becomes a need to isolate themselves from others entirely, it's often a clear indicator of underlying unhappiness. Social isolation can have serious negative impacts on a person's mental and physical health. Humans are inherently social creatures, and our brains are wired to connect with others. When we isolate ourselves, we're denying ourselves the benefits of human contact, such as emotional support, shared experiences, and a sense of belonging. Isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness and increase the risk of mental health issues like depression and anxiety. It can also affect a person's physical health, with studies showing that prolonged loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So, if you notice a friend or loved one pulling back from social activities, seeming less interested in maintaining relationships, or spending an excessive amount of time alone, they may be struggling with unhappiness. And if you recognize these signs in yourself, it's crucial to reach out to someone you trust about your feelings. Understand that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to admit that you're not okay. You're not alone in this, and there are many resources available to support you. If you or someone else is isolating themselves, it may be a sign of unhappiness. The fourth sign of unhappiness is a lack of motivation. This is a particularly deceptive sign, as it often creeps up subtly, masquerading as mere laziness or a temporary slump. But the truth is, persistent lack of motivation is much more than a passing phase. It's a clear indicator of deeper, underlying unhappiness. Motivation is the drive that propels us forward, the spark that ignites our passions, and the fuel that keeps our ambitions aflame. It's the zest for life that gets us out of bed in the morning, eager to face the day, eager to chase our dreams. But when unhappiness sets in, motivation often takes a back seat. The world may lose its color, tasks may become burdensome, and goals may seem unreachable. Unhappy individuals often find it hard to muster the energy or interest to do things, even activities they once loved. Their enthusiasm wanes, their spirit dampens, and their zest for life dwindles. They may feel stuck in a rut, trapped in a monotonous cycle of emptiness and indifference. This lack of motivation is not just about procrastination or laziness, it's about a loss of joy, a loss of purpose, a loss of drive. The importance of motivation in leading a happy and fulfilling life cannot be overstated. It's the force that pushes us to grow, to strive, to achieve. It's the catalyst that transforms dreams into reality, obstacles into opportunities, and hardships into triumphs. Without motivation, life can become a mundane existence, devoid of excitement, fulfillment, and satisfaction. However, it's crucial to remember that this lack of motivation, this loss of drive, is not a life sentence. Unhappiness is not a permanent state of being. With the right support, guidance, and determination, it's possible to reignite that spark of motivation, to rediscover that zest for life, to reclaim that joy and passion. In conclusion, a lack of motivation can be a clear sign of unhappiness, but it's also a sign of hope, a sign that change is needed, a sign that it's time to seek help, to make a change, to take a step towards a happier, more motivated, more fulfilling life. The fifth sign of unhappiness is difficulty sleeping. While we all may experience the occasional restless night, a consistent struggle with sleep might hint at a deeper issue. Unhappy people often grapple with sleep disturbances, whether it's trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling refreshed. Sleep and mental health are closely intertwined. Just as a physical ailment might keep us awake, so too can an emotional one. When we're unhappy, our minds can become a whirlwind of thoughts and worries that refuse to switch off, even when it's time to rest. This can lead to insomnia, a condition marked by persistent difficulty with sleep. On the flip side, a lack of satisfying sleep can exacerbate feelings of unhappiness. It's a vicious cycle. Poor sleep deprives us of the restorative rest our brains need to function optimally. This can leave us feeling irritable, fatigued, and unable to concentrate during the day, further feeding into our unhappiness. Sleep also plays a vital role in consolidating our memories and processing our emotions. When we're robbed of restful sleep, our ability to manage and understand our feelings can be compromised, leading to a heightened emotional response and poorer mood regulation. But it's not just the quantity of sleep that matters. The quality of our sleep is just as important. Unhappy people may experience frequent awakenings during the night or feel unrefreshed even after a full night's sleep. This could be a sign of disturbed sleep architecture, the complex structure of sleep stages we cycle through each night. When our sleep architecture is disrupted, we might miss out on the deeper restorative stages of sleep, leaving us feeling groggy and unrefreshed in the morning, regardless of how long we've slept. So if you find sleep elusive, if the night brings restlessness instead of rest, it may be worth considering whether unhappiness is playing a role. Remember, sleep is not a luxury, but a necessity for our physical and emotional well-being. Difficulty sleeping can be a clear sign of unhappiness. The sixth sign of unhappiness is frequent feelings of envy. Now, let's delve deeper into this. Envy is a complex, multifaceted emotion that can often be a sign of deeper discontent. It's the feeling you get when you see someone else has something you want, whether it's a tangible possession, a relationship, or even an intangible quality like confidence or happiness. It's a natural human emotion, yes, but when it becomes a frequent visitor, it can be indicative of a deeper unhappiness residing within. Unhappy people often focus on what they don't have, rather than appreciating what they do have. They look at their friend's new car, their neighbor's happy family, or their colleague's promotion, and they feel a pang of envy. They see these things and think, why can't I have that? Instead of being content with their own lives, they are constantly comparing themselves to others and finding themselves lacking. This mindset, this constant comparison, can contribute significantly to a person's unhappiness. It creates a cycle of discontent and dissatisfaction that's hard to break free from. When you're always looking at what you don't have, it's hard to see and appreciate the good things that are already in your life. It's like trying to enjoy a beautiful sunset while you're staring at a brick wall. Furthermore, envy can lead to negative thoughts and feelings towards others. It can create resentment and bitterness, which can further isolate a person and deepen their unhappiness. It's a destructive emotion that can eat away at one's happiness and contentment. So, how does one combat this? The first step is recognizing the problem. Acknowledge your feelings of envy without judgment, and then try to shift your focus. Instead of honing in on what you lack, concentrate on what you have. Practice gratitude for the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. Frequent feelings of envy can be a clear sign of unhappiness. They're a signal that it's time to step back, reassess, and work towards finding joy in your own journey, not someone else's. The seventh and final sign of unhappiness is overthinking or obsessing over things. It's like being stuck in a loop of your own thoughts, replaying situations and conversations, dwelling on the what-ifs and if-onlys. This is a common trait among those who are unhappy. They find themselves unable to let go of past mistakes, missed opportunities, or perceived slights. They replay these instances in their minds, picking them apart, analyzing them to the point of exhaustion. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. This constant rumination can lead to significant stress. It takes up mental energy, robs peace, and creates a sense of unease. It's like carrying a heavy load all the time. Moreover, it prevents individuals from living in the present moment and enjoying life's simple pleasures. It's a difficult cycle to break out of, but recognizing it is the first step towards change. Overthinking can be a clear sign of unhappiness. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards addressing unhappiness. We've journeyed together through the 7 signs of unhappiness, from chronic complaining to overthinking. Each of these signs is a cry for help, a signal that something within needs attention. Remember, it's about acknowledging these signs within ourselves and those around us. It's about taking that first crucial step towards personal growth. It's about supporting each other in our shared journey towards happiness and fulfillment. We must not shy away from these signs, but rather embrace them as part of our journey. They are not signs of weakness, but indications of an opportunity for growth, a chance to elevate our story. Thank you for joining us today. Your journey towards self-improvement is a testament to your strength and resilience. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. Until next time, keep elevating your story.